Niketan for 2 weeks. Today I got back to Calcutta, and so today I'm live from here in Calcutta, and good to be here with all of you. We are going to talk about IP law again today. We have been following this theme for the uh, entire almost this month. We have been talking about intellectual property law work. We've been talking about paralegal work, and I request all of you to quickly share about yourself in the chat, right? So who are you and what do you do? What do you hope to learn today? Divya is asking, will you be able to watch this session again on YouTube? So yes, you'll be able to watch it later on YouTube also. But the only thing is that if you want to ask me questions, anything, that is only today. It won't happen tomorrow or later, right? So be live here, and it is much better to participate personally here rather than watch it later, right? So many times forget webinars. Even if I want to watch movie later, I never remember to watch it later. So many movies are there in my watch list, and I actually never actually end up watching, right? So why don't you quickly introduce yourself? So hi Pranav, hi Priya, hi Sumati, hi Pranav. So I always encourage you guys to share your links with, you can share your Twitter link, your uh, LinkedIn link over here, so that you can connect with each other. You can follow each other, network with each other, which is a great idea, because clearly everyone here is interested in um, IP law, right? You are interested in IP law, you're interested in IP law litigation. So it's always a good idea to be connected, and then you can support each other. Okay, so it's a great idea. So definitely connect with whoever is here. It's helpful, it is useful. Very important. We have a IP law community. So if you're not member of our IP law community, then you should join it immediately. I'll just, right? So how many of you are part of our 𝗀𝗶𝗂 IPR community already? Just say yes in the chat. If you're not a member yet, say no. Okay. Okay. So why don't you guys join? I see a lot of people are saying no. So please join the IPR law IPR law community. We keep sharing a lot of resources, even job opportunities, internship opportunities, all the time in this WhatsApp group, and articles related to IPR career. And whenever we'll do any webinar or write any article related to IPR, it will get shared here. So please join that group. It will really be useful for you. One more thing I can do is that, so can you tell me, like, are you guys looking to learn IP law as a career? Do you want to take IPR law as a career? Are you doing IP law internships? Yeah, I have to share the link, right? I share it with the panelists by mistake. Okay, here is the link. Please join here, right? Sai Ram is a patent analyst. Awesome. So this is why you should connect with each other on LinkedIn and Twitter, so that you can stay in touch with each other, right? That really helps, always helps a lot, because somebody needs a guidance, somebody can help in some other way, somebody can be an intern. There are so many things that can happen when you connect with each other. Okay, I have shared my Twitter profile, so those of you who want to stay in touch with me, you can follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back. If I forget to follow you, just remind me, tweet at me, and I'll that, sir, please follow me back. Ramanuj, please follow me back, and I will follow you back. And you can, if I follow you back, you'll be able to send me direct messages on Twitter. So that way you can reach out to me anytime you want, right? There's a problem with my LinkedIn is that you can follow me on my LinkedIn, but I can follow you back also, but I can't add you as a connection on LinkedIn, because my number of connection has crossed 30,000. I have almost 40,000 followers on LinkedIn, I can't add any more people on LinkedIn. But if I have to add somebody, I have to delete existing connections. So I can't add you, but you can follow me and I can follow you back. If you just remind me, I'll follow you back. Okay. My LinkedIn profile, just a moment. You can just look for Ramanuj Mukherjee on LinkedIn, right? So, but I'll just try to find it. Yeah, I got it, guys. I got it. Here you go. This is my LinkedIn profile. You can follow me, but I'll not be able to add you as a connection. So don't send me requests, but you can follow me. And if you message me that, sir, please follow me back, I'll follow you back on LinkedIn itself. Okay. All right. Great. So that's the deal. So I think we can start talking about our topic today, which is if you are interested in IP law as a career, if you're interested in doing IP law litigation, right? Then what kind of work you have to learn, what kind of work will you be doing as a litigator in the IP law space, what kind of skills you should be having to actually be able to do that work, right? So a lot of people, you will see that they are saying that, oh, I want this job, I want that job. But if you ask them, are you preparing yourself for that job? What do you know? Do you even know what work you have to do if you get that job? They're clueless. We are facing this all the time. People are saying, I want this amazing job. Great. But are you prepared? Have you been training for it? So, for example, if a kid comes and tells you that I want to be World Cup champion cricketer, okay, what will you tell them? What do they have to do? In the chat quickly, everyone. This is an interactive session. Please reply in the chat. Okay. If somebody says, a kid says that I want to be world champion in cricket, right? Very good. You'll encourage the person, or are you going to discourage? No, it is not possible. Will you say that, or will you say, yeah, very good? But then you will say, okay, what are you doing to become that person, right? What you want to be a world champion in boxing? Then if I want to be a world champion in boxing, then what should I do? Tell me. Nobody wants to say anything. There are 32 people over here. I see in Zoom, a lot of people on YouTube. Nobody's saying anything. Come on. Train yourself for punches and bounce back. Learn skills and hard working. Start training. Physical strength, goals, train under a good mentor. Very well. So basically, you guys are all saying, train with the best boxers in the world. A lot of great suggestions, right? So everybody understands that if I want to succeed as a boxer, then I have to work hard. I have to train myself. I have to go out and learn skills. So it will be like if you want to be a champion someday, even 5 years later, then you have to live like a champion now. You have to practice like a champion today. You have to eat like a champion. You cannot just drink a lot of alcohol and smoke all the time and say, I want to be world champion in boxing. You have to live like a champion for years before you can even have a shot at it, right? So if we can understand that about sports people, right? Why can't we understand that about our own career? Have you ever thought of that, right? So if you want, so tell me, first of all, do you have a goal? What is your goal? If you want to work in IP law, whatever, I understand you have some interest in IP law, but what is your goal in your career with respect to IP law? Can you tell me quickly what is your goal? In the chat, quickly, everyone. We don't have time. It's 9:16, guys. Let's move. Quickly, in the chat. When it was boxing and you were giving me advice, everybody knew exactly what to say. Now I'm asking, what is your goal? You have to say it, right? What is your goal? Now see, you have to learn how to set a goal. Rishabh is saying, but I'm thankful at least those of you who are speaking up. Rishabh is saying effectiveness and efficiency. This is a goal. Fine, no problem. But this cannot be this is not an achievable goal because it has no numbers. It's not a definite goal. Okay. If I say that I want to earn, let's say 1 crore this year. Okay. I want to earn 1 crore in this next 1 year. In 2021, I want to earn 1 crore. Okay. Is there a definite goal? Is there a clear goal? I have a time period in 1 year. total amount. I have a clear goal. There is no question about what my goal is. There is no doubt. But look at this. I want perfection. If I say I want perfection, is it a goal? Is it an achievable goal? Can I use this as a target? If you say my goal is to practice IPR law, right, Minal? Is this an achievable goal? It's like too vague. It's not specific enough. When you are setting goal, the biggest mistake many of us make is that we set goals which are not achievable. It is not measurable. It's not specific, right? It is not a achievable, specific, measurable goal. So Pranav is saying it's very necessary to practice skills for 10,000 hours, and in IP law, I want to work as trademark and copyright lawyer. I also have interest in mergers and acquisitions. For that, I would like to invest at least 70,000, 70K, what is what? 70K to purchase courses on ЛawSikho. Oh, that's great. I'm going to make money. That's awesome, Pranav. But I'm telling you that that's not a goal. That is a plan. Okay, yeah, Sunayana is saying it's a pathway. You are thinking of a plan. It's a pathway. But what is your goal? See, if you do not have a goal that inspires you, if you don't have a goal which is achievable, if you don't have a goal that makes you get up from the bed in the morning and hustle, then it's a big problem. It's a big problem. You don't even have a goal. You are what are you going to work on, right? Set a goal. Set a clear goal. For example, it is a goal when I was a law student, I set one goal for myself that I have to get a job in a big law firm where I'll get paid 1 lakh rupees per month. So very clear, I will get a job that pays me at least 1 lakh rupees per month when I graduate. I'm going to graduate in 2011. I graduated from NUJS back in 2011. And I had a clear goal even when I was joining NUJS, joining law school, that I have to, when I graduate, I'm going to earn 1 lakh rupees per month. I even said this to people. There were my teachers. They asked me, why are you joining law? What is the point? I'm like, I want to earn 1 lakh rupees per month. Clear. Very simple, very clear. No pretension, no drama that, oh, I want to do good in the society, blah, blah, blah. Because if you do all of that, you are going away from your goal. Be very clear. I want to earn 1 lakh rupees per month. That's it. Can you be that clear with your goal? Okay. Now see, want to become a renowned IP lawyer in next 3 years. Now look at this, Dullah. How do you know renowned? How do you define renowned? Do you even know? Like if I ask Nidhi or Sunayana or Pranav that Shivaji is saying that I want to become a renowned IP lawyer. What is renowned? When will you come to know if he becomes renowned? If you say, I want to be on the cover of Forbes, or I want to be on this list that people, all these lists come out that most remarkable lawyer in IP law, remarkable lawyer in technology law, blah, blah, M&A law. I want to be on that list within the next 3 years. I understand. It's a very clear, definite goal. Can you see that you are not setting goals which are clear even for yourself? How will you achieve this goal, right, if it is not clear? Nidhi is saying achieve 10 new clients each month, thereby safeguarding the IPR of my clients. Okay, I want 10 new clients each month. Very good, Nidhi. This is a clear goal. I want 10 new clients in IPR. Now you need to go even deeper. What kind of clients? How much do these clients pay? Are these clients really rich, or are they coming to you for, for pro bono work, for low bono work? They're going to pay you very less. What is it? Even that needs to be clear. For example, you can say, I want 10 MNC clients every month, or I want 2 MNC and 8 SME clients every month. Because the more clear your goal, the more you can plan effectively and target specifically, and you can imagine it better. You can see the path, how to reach there. Is goal equal to target? You can call it a target, Priya, no problem. But it's a goal, because a goal is achievable, it is specific, it is measurable. It is not a vision. It is not a dream. It is, what is the difference between a dream and a goal? A goal is that it has a deadline. First of all, a goal has a deadline. Does your goal have a deadline that by this time I'll do it? Then it is a goal. Okay. Okay. Now enough about that. Now, but think about it. I was not planning to spend so much time talking about how to set a goal, but you should Google how to set a goal, because all the goals you guys are setting, many of you, these are not goals. This is something else. Okay. So you'll never achieve it. How can you achieve that? I want to be a renowned lawyer. It will take you to, maybe after 20 years, you'll realize if you become renowned or not, right? But if you say that I want to write in the these are the top 5 newspapers in India, and I want to be quoted on each of them next year. Sure, clear goal, achievable, right? You see the difference? Praveen is saying goal is something that never let you sleep till you achieve it, while dream comes only in sleep. I like what you're saying, Praveen. I like it. Okay. Rama Singh, being a fresher, my current goal is to get a job as an in-house IP lawyer. Now go deeper in that. How much money will you get paid? 30,000, 50,000, 80,000? Set a, because the way, see, it's very simple. Like we have so many students, and somebody comes and says that I want to earn 50,000 rupees per month. Somebody says, no, I want to earn 1 lakh rupees per month. Somebody says, I am okay if I earn 25,000 rupees per month. This is important. I want to earn 25,000 rupees per month. Now, the kind of preparation the 25,000 guy will do and the kind of preparation needed to earn 1 lakh per month, do you think that is the same, or is there any difference? What do you think? Lot of difference, right? So in the preparation they need, how easy it is, how long it will take, there is a lot of difference. How much risk is there, everything, right? So very simple thing is that your goal defines your path. Your goal defines how you're going to spend your time. Your goal defines what you need to do. Without that, really, we can't go anywhere, right? So first, set a goal. Now, I am assuming that you guys have a goal that you want to work in IP and you want to make money and you want to be renowned or whatever, right? But the goal is not clear. All of you should set a goal. For example, you can set a goal that I want to earn at least 1 lakh rupees per month, maybe from a job, maybe from my clients, within the next 3 months, within the next 6 months. If you're already earning 1 lakh rupees, there may be some of you here who's already earning 1 lakh rupees or maybe 2 lakh rupees. You can say that I want an increment. Okay, I am earning 1 lakh. I want to go from 1 lakh to 2 lakh or 2 lakh to 3 lakh, 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Lawyers can earn a lot of money. So you can decide what is it that you want. Okay. So somebody is saying 70K to 1 lakh in starting for tier 1 law firms. Tier 1 law firms are not now we can get into specifics. Tier 1 law firms are not so good for IP law firms. There are tier 1 IP law firms. They are different. So if you want to work in a brilliant IP law firm, that is not your AZB, not your Luthra, not your Khaitan, Trilegal. They are not known for their IP work. Who's known for IP work? Anand and Anand, Remfree and Sagar. There are so many law firms who are really good. Law NK, sure. Nandan Kama doing fantastic sports law work, right? So there are people who are good. So this is what happens. When you make a goal, then you get specific, then you have to start thinking, then you get information, then you start realizing stuff. Until you realize stuff, until you have a goal, you will never realize anything. But today I'm going to tell you about IP law litigation, right? What kind of work is there in the market? And this will help you to set your goal, to understand what you need to do to actually succeed in this market. So who's ready for this? Are you ready for this? If you're ready, say yes in the chat. Very well. Okay. People who are watching on YouTube, I'm looking for your comments also. Are you guys ready for this? If you're ready, say yes. I see no reaction from you, although there are so many of you watching on YouTube, right? So please respond. All right. So I'm going to pull up my presentation for all of you now. what are the skills you need to acquire to work in IP litigation? So if you want to be an IP litigation lawyer, right, then what kind of skills you need? Can somebody here tell me, apart from litigation, what other work is there in intellectual property law? Somebody tell me quickly. Quick. Apart from IP law, in litigation is one type of work in IP law. What other work is there? Waiting for your responses. Paralegal work, TM registration, research. What else? Prosecution. Litigation and then prosecution. Very good. Patent search, prosecution, opposition, licensing. Okay, I'll quickly tell you what are the different types of work before jumping into litigation discussion. Number one, there is registration, which is a no-brainer, right? Whether it is trademark, whether it is copyright. Copyright registration is not done very often, but it can be done, right? And then there is trademark, copyright, patent, geographical indications, plant variety, designs. There are all these kind of registrations that can be done. Different kind of registrations are there. Now that is one type of work, registration, right? What is another type of work? When register, just imagine you're trying to register and there can be certain objections, there can be oppositions. Objections comes from the trademark office, from the patent office, okay, saying that no, this trademark is too descriptive, no, this trademark is too generic, no, this patent you can't register. Objections. And then there can be opposition, which is from another party, right? So your competitor is saying that no, this trademark is too similar to ours, okay, you can't register this, okay. So for example, let's say there is eBay, right, and I try to register food eBay. So when Zomato, you know the company called Zomato, now very big, very famous. So when Zomato started, its name was not Zomato, its name was Foodie Bay. Foodie, like I'm a foodie, Foodie Bay, B-A-Y, right? Foodie Bay. And Foodie Bay sounds like food, eBay, right? So it is like deceptive or it is too similar. So eBay went and said that you can't have this trademark. This is a violation of a trademark, opposition, and all of that happened. Then Foodie Bay was forced to change its name into Zomato, right? Cool story, right? So that is an example of how there can be an opposition of somebody. So for example, there is Quality Ice Cream, and it's a, if I now try to register Quality Legal Education, they might say, oh, hello, you can't do this. This is deceptively similar. We are a well-known trademark, right? Although we have not registered any in the class where education is there, in that class we have not registered our name, but you cannot do this because quality is a very well-known trademark and people will confuse. They'll think, or I launch Lamborghini Legal Education. Can I do that? Can I launch Lamborghini Legal Education? Lamborghini people, you guys will think that it is licensed by Lamborghini or backed by the company Lamborghini, right? So even if Lamborghini is not registered as a in the class where education is there, they must, so this is, I don't want to go too much into the discussion about that, but they can stop. So this is opposition work. So when you are working with the trademark office, with the patent office, then you call this work prosecution, patent prosecution, trademark prosecution. Clear? What is prosecution is clear, right? Okay. Now imagine that you have registered successfully, or in some cases you don't even need to register. So for example, let's say you have copyright. So the copyright, the moment you write a poem or write a script or create some music, you have automatically copyright on the same. So now you can, without registering it, also you have copyright on the same. Correct? Clear? No way copyright infringement can come in artistic works. That's not the point. The point is that if I have created something original, then I have copyright on the same. Okay. Now, This 𝗀𝗲𝗂𝗶𝗿𝗲 trademark registered. We actually didn't register because we thought it is too descriptive. We will not get a registration. So we didn't even try. But we can try later on. Once we acquire some fame and name, we thought we'll do it later. We haven't done till date. And legalsiksha.com, I don't care. It's not too similar to 𝗀𝗲𝗂. Let them, like, you people are smart enough to know. Our clients, our customers are smart enough. But someday we'll register because we are doing business for a while now and we are acquiring enough to show that, you know, we can justify, even if it is descriptive, we can justify. So correct. Now going back, so what happens is that we have talked about prosecution, we have talked about registration. What other work? Licensing. So if you have any kind of IPR, you can license it to somebody or you can assign it to somebody, and this is basically contractual work. So there can be contractual work related to IP, right? So licensing. So can you give me examples of IP related contracts? So you have to draft, negotiate, that is also work. Deals, right? So what are the examples of IP related contracts? Quick. One is, I told you two already, licensing and assignment. What other ones? Anybody knows? In chat, quickly. FTO, freedom to operate, is a report. It's a search report. No. Cross-linking parents. No, don't cross-link your parents. Very bad. Cross-licensing of patents. Yes, that can be an agreement. What else? Examples of agreements related to IP. Come on. Technology licensing. Very good. Technology transfer agreements. Very good, Pranav. What else? Assignment agreement, I said. Infringement is not an agreement. Okay, I'll tell you. Royalty sharing agreements. Material transfer agreement. Could be, I am not sure. Could be, right? I mean, there can be IP related clauses in that. Music license, sure. License, I already said, so all licenses. Now don't say music license, this license, that license. No. Merchandising contracts, right? You are licensing merchandising rights, that also. NDAs, no, not NDAs. Trade secret agreements would be, trade secret agreements can be there. Car rental agreements, no. What is this? Okay. Okay. Other examples: royalty sharing agreements, franchisee agreements. Okay, merchandising agreements. So some examples. Pranav, work for hire for employment. Yes. So if you are in employment agreements, consultancy agreements, work for hire agreements, there will be some provisions related to IP, right? How to handle the IP. It's very important clause there. Okay. All right. Great. So these are examples of agreements related to IP. So that is also another type of work. One type of work you guys already described, right? Search and reports, right? Searches and reports. So trademark search, patent search, state of the art search, right? Prior art search, freedom to operate searches and reports, patent landscaping reports. All of these are another type of work which I hadn't mentioned before. And then finally there is litigation, right? We are going to talk about litigation today, and it is already 9:36 and we haven't talked anything about litigation. So let's get into litigation, right? Okay, so let's jump into litigation, guys. I'm going to share my presentation again. Okay, so are you liking whatever you were learning so far? Is it interesting? Are you with me? Are you enjoying this? Quickly say yes if you're enjoying this. If you're learning something new, are you benefiting from this? Just say yes. Do you have any questions? You can post here in the chat. No problem with that, right? Looking forward to your questions. You can keep posting your questions. YouTube, let me take a look at YouTube. Is there anything? Okay, good. Hi Dhruv, hi Ananya, hi Rohit, hi 𝗪𝗀𝗃𝗃, hi 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃. Welcome all of you. I'm keeping an eye here also. So keep posting your comments. I look forward to them. All right. So let's pull up the presentation again. Okay. What are some very common IP law disputes? Before we talk about skills, we need to talk about the common IP law disputes, right? So what are the very common IP law disputes? I can ask you and say, okay, tell me in the chat. Okay, you can tell me in the chat. Anybody knows any common IP law disputes? You want to take your guess? You can make a wild guess. No penalties for making wild guesses today. So you can write in chat, trademark infringement, very good, very good. Anything else you can think of? Take a minute, think of stuff. Write, dispute over copyright infringement. Let me see if somebody is coming up with something on YouTube also. Infringement, okay. Hi, Ajinka. Okay. Okay, I don't see much here. Patent copy, somebody, patent infringement, invalidation, Saira, correct. Designs, disputes, okay. Okay, cool. Please share name of top IP law firm. I actually once did some research and asked people what are the top IP law firms to work for. Let me see if I can find that article, just a moment, okay. There you go. I found it. We actually did a thorough research. We asked hundreds of people and we got this, right? So if you want to know what are the top IP law firms to work for, here you go. You can read this. Okay, this is our original research. Okay, so you like it probably. Okay, I shared it in the chat in both places. Now let me show you about disputes, right? Let's talk about the common disputes. Okay, so you guys can keep writing. If you can think of anything in the chat, I'll come back to it. Right now, I'm going to tell you my stuff, right? Very important. You know, half the time when you are actually doing an IP litigation, not half the time, probably more than that. I'm just saying random numbers, but basically a very often, most of the time, what you have to do, and this is the most important part of the IP litigation in India, is that you're going to trying to take temporary ex parte injunctions, which is very hard to get. Okay, what is a temporary injunction and permanent injunction? What is the difference? Somebody explain in the chat quickly. What is the difference between temporary and permanent injunction, right? Can anybody answer this question? Oh, what happened? Nobody's saying anything. It's a stay, sure, till further order. Temporary has to be interim injunction, right? Okay, so it is not a permanent injunction. It's only for the time being that it is getting. And why ex parte? What is ex parte? What is ex parte? What does ex parte mean? Ex parte means in the absence of the other party. Okay, very good. Nidhi, Saurabh, many people said. So when you are going for IP litigation, imagine that somebody is already somebody is copying your movie and releasing a movie, or somebody is selling iPhones or whatever, selling phones with your patented stuff inside it. I mean, it's very difficult. If you get into litigation, it will go on in India. It can go on for a very long time. So your best bet is that getting a temporary ex parte injunction, you go to court and show, look, this is a clear violation of our trademark or copyright or our whatever. So at least till you decide the matter, give an injunction, right? Temporary injunction. Let the other party come back and say, but if you don't give me this injunction, there will be irreparable damage. There are three things. There has to be a prima facie case, there has to be irreparable damage, there has to be balance of convenience and all of that, right? But I'm not going to technical requirements today. I'm just saying that this is a lot of the work that IP litigation is all about, that, if you're able to get these kind of ex parte injunctions, that is half the trademark or copyright or patent litigation is often about, especially infringement litigation. Okay. It is governed by specific relief act, sure. Yeah. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is that you have to get injunctions. That is the work, right? So it's very much civil litigation, right? Okay, and you are most of the time going before the High Court to get such a thing. Okay, now how to take down infringing content. So that was one. The second is that taking down infringing content, and sometimes this is international, guys. It's not. It has ceased to be a national matter because of the internet. Today, if I take a Bollywood movie and put it up on a server in China or in Pakistan, everybody in India will sit and watch it, and that movie will make no money, right? Harry Potter versus 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗶𝗹𝗃, right? Example of movie copyright, absolutely, right? It's in fact trademark. The name is very similar, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗃 and Harry Potter, right? So it's also trademark infringement, right? So infringing content has to be taken down on the internet. This is a lot of the time, a lot of cases are about this, right? And sometimes you are dealing with people who are in such jurisdictions where you will not be able to enforce. Some African country, Russia, China, Pakistan, these countries are not so friendly. It's not so easy for us to go and enforce our copyright there, right? Imagine Pakistan, if you have to go and enforce your copyright, Pakistan, it will be next to impossible for various reasons, right? Now, if you have to, so what do you do? So it would include like getting an order against Google, that Google, we have a court order that you cannot show these links on your search result. You cannot show these websites, these URLs, this movie on your search result. Okay, then I can go get an order against the ISP, that ISP, if this website will be blocked, okay, you will not, nobody should be able to open this website, and the court may order such a thing to the ISP, or it's hard to get such orders, honestly, but that is why litigators make a lot of money from this kind of work, right? There may be other ways to do so also, but you are going to fight it like this, right? So you want to stop the circulation of that content. So taking down of infringing content, very, very important work. Third type I can think is that Google Ads trademark litigation. This has become extremely common, especially on an international level, because what happens today is that, can you guess what this work is all about? Google Ads trademark litigation. What can it be? Anybody guess? Quick. Anyone? Waiting for your responses. Let me see if somebody can answer this in YouTube also. I'll check quickly. Nobody is saying anything. So many of you are here. Come on, take a guess. Using a brand name as Google AdWord. Correct. Very good. Sort of. Very good. Jagannath. Google ads are with the same trademark. Very good, guys. Very good. So what happens in this case is that basically you are using that keyword to advertise your product. So for example, my name, so our 𝗀𝗶𝗂, let's say we have 𝗀𝗶𝗂, even if we haven't got a registration, we still have some common law rights over the name 𝗀𝗶𝗂 because we have been using it, claiming it as a trademark. So we have a claim over it. And now, let's say for a moment that it was registered trademark, okay? Now, to make things simple and not complicated, and you go and on the 𝗀𝗶𝗂, so whenever people are searching for 𝗀𝗶𝗂, you are showing your advertisement. Okay, is this legal? Because you're using my trademarked brand name to show ads to people. Is this allowed? Google will allow you because Google wants to make money. Google will allow. But then I will try to go to court and get an order that this is a violation of my trademark. Yes? And if I can get such an order, then it can be commercially very good for me, because when people are searching for my name, they are not being shown the advertise of the competitors. Somebody is not luring away my customers, my potential customers. Okay? So this is a good example, and this is so rife today. Across the world, this is happening all the time. And you can do this, right? There is a lot of demand, like cease and desist letters and filing cases against that party, against Google. Google says we are a platform. We are not responsible for all this, right? Trademark infringement, we don't know. DMCA, copyright infringement, we'll still see. But trademark infringement, get an order from the court, my friend. That is how it is. So there is a lot of litigation happening over this. Okay. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Present. Let me bring the presentation back on screen. Okay. So Google Ads trademark litigation. Now, next one, I think you guys can guess. The fourth one after this, very easy to guess. E-commerce trademark litigation. So what happens here? What happens in e-commerce trademark litigation? Now imagine that somebody goes to Amazon and starts selling 𝗀𝗶𝗂𝗶𝗹𝗶 branded, I don't know, coffee maker. 𝗀𝗶𝗂𝗃 coffee maker. Oh my God, what's going on? Okay. Or start selling books named 𝗀𝗶𝗂. So that'll be even bad for my business, because somebody is claiming to sell 𝗀𝗶𝗂 law books. I am in the same business of knowledge, and people will think that this is that we are selling books, right? It can affect the sales of my courses. There can be problems. This is complicated, right? So what happens in these cases? What do I do? What is my remedy if this happens to me? Anybody quickly tell me what will I have to do? In the chats, you amazing lawyers, brilliant legal minds, tell me what is my remedy? Oh, everybody's quiet. Nobody's saying anything. What's going on? Send a notice, injunction. Okay. Cease and desist letter, suit for injunction. Very good. Very good. Correct. So basically, I have to suit for injunction, and I can even claim, I can try to recover any money they have made, because they are misusing my brand name. I don't want whatever money they have made, I want it back, right? Even recovery of profits can also be done. An injunction, of course, right? Very well, very well. Going back to the presentation. Okay, number 5, domain name disputes. Do you know what is a domain name dispute? Who can explain what is a domain name dispute? Quick. What is a domain name dispute, guys? It's not that difficult. Who can say what is a domain name dispute? Again, everyone has gone quiet. Okay, how many of you know what is cyber squatting? What is cyber squatting? What is cyber squatting? Okay, I'll tell you what is cyber squatting. So a lot of people are in the business of buying domain and squatting on those domains. So for example, what somebody will do is that they know that there is a company called Maruti. Now Maruti does not have a website, because they are not an online business. They don't sell things online, right? Many years back. So what people used to do is that they will buy Maruti.com and sit on it, and hoping that when Maruti wants to come online, Maruti will give me a lot of money to get the domain, buy the domain name from me, and then I'll charge Maruti $1 million or something. A lot of people did this, huh? Okay, somebody had bought Hero Honda like this, and they are trying to make money from it, Maruti Suzuki, and they'll buy these domain names and try to create problems. Then there was some smart lawyers realized that, oh, this is a trademark violation, we can take some action using trademark law, right? So what did they do? Sorry, I was thirsty. So what people said is that if I have a trademark, then you do not have any right to hold on to a domain name which is my trademark. And this law was recognized and upheld by courts around the world. So it became the law now that if I have a trademark, then I have a right over the domain name. Even if you are sitting on the domain, it can be transferred to me. And domain name disputes happen usually over this only, right? So now imagine that somebody has trademark on quality education, somebody has on quality ice cream. Now who should have a right on quality.com? Qualityicecream.com, sure. Qualitybooks.com, sure. But who has quality.com? So there can be a lot of disputes over domain names, and these have become quite common. Okay, I have a domain olympics.india.in. Can it be transferred to GOI? Maybe, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if they even want it, right? So, but yeah, if someday India is trying to host the Olympics, then they will need this domain name. So, you never know. So this is it. Domain name disputes. There are a lot of domain name disputes, and interestingly, domain name dispute is a unique kind of matter where there can be arbitration before ICANN. ICANN is, it's an international body for domain name disputes and domain name registration. Okay, so ICANN appoints arbitrators before whom there can be domain name disputes. Online arbitration is happening. That is one example of online arbitration that we have happening for ages now, right? But domain name disputes are solved through online arbitration before ICANN, ICANN, ICANN. So that is domain name disputes. But you can potentially even go to a court in India and get an order against ICANN. It is possible. Nothing stops you from doing that. If the court will be willing to give such a remedy, you can get that. Now, sixth one, very, very important, very, very significant. Okay, passing off suits. What is passing off suits? Passing off is a tort. Okay, but why do we need? Why this is an IP? Why is there a tort in IP law? Why is it important? Anybody has any idea why we need passing off suits? I'm not asking what is passing off. Why is it important? Why is it important in IP law? Who can explain the commercial or the logical reason for it? Why are there a lot of passing off suits in India? Who can say in the chat? Quickly. Let's move, guys. It's 9:55. Everyone quiet. Everyone Googling. What is going on? Okay, there are a couple of responses. Not all trademarks are registered. Vishal Sharma, very good, Vishal, right? To protect naive and negligent customers, I suppose. No, not really, but Vishal is right. So Nidhi, it is possible that all trademarks are not registered in India. Not everybody is coming to, imagine there's a very famous foreign brand who have not registered their trademark in India. Is it possible? Possible, right? So if I have not registered trademark, then I may not be able to claim trademark violation, especially if the other guy registered trademark before I did. I can smartly do that, and maybe I'm giving you an example. Say there's a company which I see it is doing really well in the US, and I realize Tesla, Okay, I see that, oh, Tesla is doing really well in the US. Tesla is not there in India. Can I go and register Tesla trademark for cars in India? Maybe I can. Now, if Tesla has not appointed any law firms to keep an eye on such things, if they have not registered Tesla in India or haven't done it yet, maybe now they have done. But maybe 5 years back, 7 years back, they have not registered Tesla in India. And somebody really smart like Jagannath decides to go and register it in India that, okay, I want Tesla brand name in cars, right? Now what Jagannath does is, after registering the trademark, he says, I will start selling Tesla cars in India. And I will buy some other car, name it Tesla and sell, because I have trademark on Tesla. Correct? Is it legal? Jagannath is not breaking any laws. Right? Jagannath not breaking any laws. But Tesla will be very unhappy. Somebody selling whatever cars calling it Tesla in India, big problem. So then they will resort to this passing of suits. Same thing, even if Jagannath did not register, say say 𝗀𝗲𝗴𝗹𝗀 is not registered trademark, right? But if Jagannath decides to start selling 𝗀𝗲𝗂 courses, can we go to the court? We have 𝗀𝗲𝗴𝗪𝗀. Jagannath thinks, okay, why 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗀? I will launch courses called 𝗀𝗲𝗴𝗪𝗪𝗀. Okay, 𝗀𝗲𝗃𝗀. Okay, now can this be done? Sure, it is not trademark violation. We cannot sue him from trademark infringement. What do? We file a case for passing off. That there is a certain name to 𝗀𝗲𝗂. People recognize this name 𝗀𝗲𝗂, but Jagannath is taking advantage of that, misrepresenting to the public that his courses are also from 𝗀𝗲𝗂. This is passing off. This is what? A suit of passing off. And these kind of disputes are quite common in India. They are filed very often before high courts. Why are they filed? Because of this situation that people don't have registration of trademarks sometimes, especially foreign brands like Adidas for Adidas. But Adidas is probably registered in India. You never know, right? I'm guessing it will be registered in India. It's such a big brand, sells a lot in India. But imagine Adidas had not launched in India, had not registered in India, but some smart guy goes and starts selling Adidas clothes. Then it's not violation of trademark, but it can be still caught under passing off. 𝗃𝗪𝗃𝗃 from Agra. Achha. Okay, cool. So passing off suits are viable even when you have not registered trademark. 𝗃𝗪𝗃𝗃. Okay. This is all deceptive trademarks. But where is passing off? Passing off can also be. This can also be passing off, right? Okay. Very well, very well. If you have trademark registration, you don't have to do all this jhamela, right? It is much longer route to go and try to do this under passing off. Best idea is to have a trademark. If you don't have a trademark, then you have to do passing off. Now, next, 7th, disputes over confusing or similar trademarks, right? So this is an example, like I said, eBay and food eBay, right? Let's say there is Gillette. Gillette is what? A razor, right? Now I start another razor company called Jillat, okay, or like something which sounds very similar, like 𝗃𝗪𝗃𝗃, right? This kind of trademark, and I try to register it. Sometimes it get registered also. Sometimes it will get registered because the trademark officer did not pay attention. So there will be dispute over all these things. This trademark has to be cancelled. It is violative of our earlier registered trademark and so on. Peter England. There is another scene as Peter Europe. Oh my God. Okay, that's very interesting. Peter Europe. Okay. Peter France. Peter Portugal. That'll be fun, right? So, So disputes over confusing or similar trademarks. This is also a major area of IP disputes. Disputes over trademark in family businesses. This is crazy. This is another level. A lot of trademark lawyers have become very rich from this in India. Okay, do you know about the trademark dispute in the Haldiram family? I was giving example of quality ice cream. There has been, like, I think for 50 years, longest running trademark cases was related to quality, this thing, quality ice cream. And Haldirams also, I think those disputes went on over 30-40 years. Multi-generation dispute, like dispute started by fathers, not, and then grandfather, they have become grandfather, still they died also not solved, then their grandsons are still fighting in court and then resolving it, or getting an order. Okay, so trademark, because this is what happens in a family business. Family says that, okay, we are doing work in Calcutta, you go and start it in Rajasthan, you start in Delhi, you start in Bombay. Now who owns the trademark? They have some agreements which say that, okay, you go do it here, you do it there, but who owns the trademark actually, right? So in family businesses, trademarks can be very complicated issue, especially when it has passed down from generations. Singhania brand, Raymond, I don't know, may have happened, I am not sure. But there are many such family trademark issues, because family businesses can be very big. Their name can be very big. Many people may be knowing that name, and there can be big disputes, right? Sam Cam had dispute. They had a bit of peaceful one, sure. I don't think they had a trademark dispute. They had but could have happened, right? So could have happened, right? Okay. Suit for invalidation of a patent, right? So suit for invalidation of a patent. So this is another situation, like, this is a little rare. This kind of case is rare, but there's a lot of money involved in this. So imagine that there is a patent which is already there, but there is another company who wants to launch the same medicine or same solution or same technology, and they believe that they have a chance of getting this invalidated in the court for some reason. They have some arguments and they will make a lot of money from this. Then they can go and argue this in the court, saying that, sorry, this grant of patent is not correct, it should be invalidated. So even though somebody has got a patent already, it can be invalidated later on by the courts based on the argument. So you have to collect enough evidence and you have to make a good case, and then you can argue this. Then it might create business opportunity for you, right? Sometimes several of your competitors will come together to file a invalidation suit. Okay, so that is also one type of litigation that you might face if you're an IP lawyer, especially patent litigators. Franchisee disputes. Okay, franchise disputes. This is actually very big. There is a lot of it happening. Why it happens is that, imagine that I have, one of the biggest franchise disputes in India. Can somebody guess which one was the biggest one in India? Very famous brand. All of you know it. All of you have used that brand. McDonald's, right? MC. I hope you mean McDonald's, right? McDonald's, right? So McDonald's had a huge franchise dispute, and obviously IP issues were involved there, and it's very common. Okay. And now you're saying Donald's. Ravi just said Mac in the beginning. Now he's saying Donald's. Okay, very smart. Yeah. So McDonald's had a huge dispute with the franchises. I think it was called some Black Castle Limited or something. I don't remember, but something like that. Anyway. So what happens is, it's a very common situation that I imagine that I say that, okay, I want to open LawSikho training centers all over India. I'm giving people franchisee rights. I give Pranav franchisee rights in Karnataka. Pranav pays me money. I give him Karnataka. Okay, Pranav, you can open franchisee centers here. Now, Pranav, first few years is running well. Then later on, two things can happen. One is that Pranav starts thinking, I am doing everything. This LawSikho is just giving its brand name and taking too much money for this, right? So then Pranav will say, I will under-report the number of people actually enrolling in the courses, and I will do this. I'll divert some here, divert some there, so that I have to pay less to 𝗀𝗶𝗂. This happens in this franchisee business a lot. Second thing that can happen is that Pranav is paying a lot of money to me, but he is dissatisfied because 𝗀𝗶𝗂 brand is not growing as much as he thought it will grow, or he's not able to sell enough, or he's not getting enough support that was promised to him under the contract, or whatever, right? So there is a fault from the 𝗀𝗶𝗂 side and he's not satisfied. This can also happen. Okay, so all of these situations are franchisee disputes, and they are also, obviously, franchise is a way to monetize my IP, right? I have intellectual property or a trademark or a brand, and I'm monetizing it by giving it to more and more people and making money of that business, right? Franchisee business. So franchisee disputes are very common, and you have to deal with that. Pranav is saying, Jesus Christ, I can't even think like this. But this is how you have to think like Pranav if you want to be a IP disputes lawyer. Okay. Royalty sharing disputes. Can somebody give me an example of royalty sharing disputes? How can it happen? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody from YouTube? Also, you guys are here. Please tell me in the chat. Can you think of royalty sharing dispute? Okay. So I'll give you an example. That imagine that I and 𝗲𝗲𝗃 together decide to make a movie, right? And we decide that I will write the movie and 𝗲𝗲𝗃 will be the director of the movie. Okay, and then whatever profit is made, we will share 50-50. Okay, so now it is a royalty sharing agreement, but later on there can be many disputes, okay, over this. It is very common, and these royalty sharing agreements can be huge. Imagine like we made a profit of 100 crore from a movie and then we are fighting who gets how much. Okay, so disputes happen a lot over these things, commonly seen in Bollywood singers, artists, and and also not only Bollywood, right? Every state has its own theater industry, movie industry, serial industry, TV industry, sports industry, blah blah, thousands of industries, right? Music industry. Every state, every city, every big city these days have this. Okay, so and not only just that, like it could be, there are huge problems between writers and publishers over royalty sharing. Big problems, right? Uh, very often publishers will not pay the royalty. Sometimes they will create problems for the writer. Sometimes they will under-report the sales. They will not take out a new, even if there is a demand in the market, the earlier thing sold out, but they will not issue a new, they will not take out a new batch because they have a fight with you, they are upset with you. They will not, they're like, we have copyright, we'll sit on this. We'll not release new books. I will not do a reprint or a new edition. All kind of problems happen. So these disputes, royalty sharing disputes, are major source of revenue for a lot of lawyers. Okay. All right. What else can we discuss? 12. Trade secret misappropriation disputes. Now, essentially what happens here, most of the trade secret disputes are employer-employee disputes. So if you are a smart employer and you have a good lawyer, okay, somebody who's trained by, for example, at 𝗀𝗶𝗂, then what you will do is that you will sign, you realize that, okay, my employer can go away and work with some competitor tomorrow. So I cannot stop. The law says that I cannot, beyond a reasonable limit, I will not be able to stop them from going and working with my competitors. Yes, yes, no, yes. But I can stop them from sharing my trade secret if they have signed a trade secret agreement with me. Then if they share the trade secret, it will be a violation of trade secret. I can file a case against them. I can claim damages. I can create nuisance. So then I will sign trade secret agreements with my employees. This is a smart technique many people have adopted to especially in the startup industry and technology industry and media industry, to discourage people even discourage competitors from hiring your employees for that matter. Because even if this is like an open-ended situation, you can create trouble, file cases, create jhamela. So it's like a thing that a lot of lawyers do, a lot of companies do. Obtaining John Doe and Anton Pillar orders. Okay, do you guys know what is John Doe and Anton Pillar orders? There are some smart lawyers here. Nidhi, you should be knowing. Sairam, you're a patent attorney or analyst, you said. So what is an Anton Pillar order? Come on. Anton Pillar order. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? What's happening? None of you know Anton Pillar order. Do you know a John Doe order? That's an easy one. Come on, tell me what is a John Doe order. What kind of people are you? You want to be IP lawyers. You don't know what is an Anton Pillar order. How will it work, guys? Somebody tell me a John Doe order at least. Come on. Okay, John Doe order is a pre-infringement injunctional remedy. Very nice, very nice. We have smart people here. Or maybe you Googled. Jagannath, did you Google? Remedy provided to protect the intellectual property rights of the creator. Okay. Pre-infringement, right? So it has not even happened because it has been seen that when my movie is released, now people are taking my movies and doing piracy. Then obviously I'm going to lose revenue, right? I can make 100 crore or 200 crore or 300 crore in the opening weekend. Now, if somebody takes my movie and puts it up on some Pakistani website, then I lose a lot of money, right? But if I know that this can happen, that somebody is going to take this thing and circulate it and put it on this website, that website. So what I will do is that I will go to the court and do a John Doe order. Anybody violates it, we can enforce. It's like already pre-infringement. I have got an injunction. So any website puts this up, I can right away serve that on them, and they are already prohibited before it has even happened. Correct? Okay, that's a John Doe order. So you are getting this order even before it has happened. What is an Anton Pillar order? Come on. Nobody is saying what is an Anton Pillar order. Anton Pillar order to search premises. Ajinkya, very good, very good. Anton Pillar order to search premises, which requires defendant in proceedings to permit the plaintiff or his or her legal representatives to enter the defendant's premises in order to obtain evidence essential to the plaintiff's case. This is an unprecedented step in India, but there is one company, and actually two companies I can think of, one company more, who is doing this all the time. Anybody knows which company does this all the time? There's one software company. You'll definitely have clients coming to you for this if you're an IP lawyer. Anybody knows which company? Wipro. Tally. Tally does it. Very good. Tally does it. Good, Shivaji. But there's a foreign company which does it more. Microsoft. Intel, I have never heard. Anu Fonts. I don't know, Shivaji. I've never heard of this. But Microsoft, Adobe, Tally also now, they are doing this all the time. What they do is that because everybody is using pirated Tally, everybody is using pirated Windows, and they can figure out who's doing this. Okay, if you are connected to internet, the pirated version starts pinging, and they know that, oh, this is a company. In this place there are so many computers and everything. They figure it out online, and then they take an order from court, Anton Pillar order. Then they will come and raid your office with police and everything, and then they'll say, okay, this place has 70 computers, this place has 50 computers. Then they'll seize the computers, or they will they'll lock the office also sometimes. Okay, they'll seal the office because, oh, this is a crime scene, this is where all the evidence is, and they'll take away all your computers until you buy a license from them. Okay, so this is how they enforce their IP and make money. And when they are taking away your computer as evidence, you have to pay up. right? So a lot of times clients will come to you saying that Microsoft is doing this to us. What can I do? Please save us, blah, blah, blah. So Anton pillar order, very important, right? Right? Okay. Pre-grant and post-grant patent opposition. Who can say what this is? So during the, and generally opposition is a prosecution, not litigation per se, but I included this because I thought, this is very, very important, that opposing a patent, it is almost like litigation. There's a lot of work. So definitely you should know this also, right? So pre-grant and post-grant patent opposition, why this patent should not be granted. You'll be trying to convince the patent office on this, okay? Before the, okay, cool. So this is it, guys. This was the thing. Now, what are the skills to learn? Now, I have told you all of these things. So some of the skills you have to learn, definitely 4 skills I'll tell you. One, you have to learn drafting. You have to learn drafting, IP-related drafting. If you want a job and if you don't know IP-related drafting, you don't know how to draft these applications, how to draft, whatever plaints, and you need to know litigation-related drafting. You need to know specific language of IP law so that you are able to write it in that way. Very, very important. Okay. Drafting is one of the key skills you have to learn. Litigation strategy, because litigation, the way you do litigation for other kind of civil matters or whatever writ matters, that's not how you do your IP law matters. So you have to really have good knowledge of how to do IP law matters, how the litigation strategy is done in IP law, because the commercial situation is completely different from everything else. And there's a specific, you have to learn litigation strategy. Very, very, very important. Evidence collection is very critical. So you have to strategize in a way that you have enough evidence so that you get your injunctions, you get your orders, you get some relief quickly. Because in India, if you let the thing go on, the case may take years to get decided, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but you have to get some quick, immediate relief. And a lot of time, whether you get relief or not, depends on the evidence you can show upfront. So this is why it's very, very important. Briefing seniors. You have to learn how to brief senior counsels. Usually these matters are very big matters. And if you're a young lawyer, you are working at a law firm, most of the time you're briefing seniors. So how to brief senior counsels, who to brief, when to brief, how to brief in the right way. These things are very important skills. You have to learn that. How to write a case brief for a senior counsel. You have to learn all these things. Arguing, very, very important that, if you are going to argue some matters, how do you argue? This is a skill you want to develop if you're going to be a good IP disputes lawyer. Okay. And of course, then the question is, where do you learn these things? Who knows where to learn these things? If you want to learn all these skills, if you want to learn all this kind of work, where do you learn, right? So I'll quickly share where to learn. Just a moment. Just 1 second, guys. Give me a moment. Thank you, Hari. Okay. This is one link. And there is one more course, which is still we are offering. It was supposed to be closed around 15th of this month in November, but we have got permission to keep selling it for a few more days till 30th basically. I'll just share it quickly. We have one course with Texas A&M University. Rank 8 IP law school in the world. Okay, where you even learn from US law professors, right? I'm going to share the link. This is focuses on IP prosecution, IP registration, not too much on IP disputes, but it's a 3 months course, definitely worth looking at. I'll quickly share this. All right. Okay, so these are the 2 courses I wanted to suggest to you. Check them out. Think about it. If it helps you, definitely join us. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Download the free material. Both the courses have a lot of free material, right? So definitely go and download the free material. If you and also the other thing is that we have a fantastic placement office, guys, where there are several top, really good, smart lawyers who have worked in top law firms. They're sitting there helping you to get clients, to get work, not only get a job, not only get internship and jobs, but also to get clients. So if you want our help, if you are a student, give us a shout out. We'll support you in every way we can. And apart from that, okay, I'm going to share with you the most amazing resources, okay, that you can follow up reading. Like, I'm going to share some follow-up reading with you. We have prepared on how to make a career in IP law, right? So I'm going to share that with you. Some fantastic content that's going to really, really help you. Just one moment. Here is one. And I'll give you one more right away. Second one, I'm going to share on YouTube next. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm sharing on Zoom for now. I'm going to share only 3 links with you, but all these 3 is going to really, really help you. Share some litigation material. I'll share. I'll create more content and I'm going to share with you that. Okay. Okay, share. Let's share on YouTube. 𝗲𝗏𝗱 is saying there are 13 viewers only. So don't worry, Rohan. You come back tomorrow and check. By tomorrow, this time you'll see 1,000 people have watched this. That's how it works. We have 40,000 followers. It's right late night at 10:30. Who's gonna learn more about IP law right now? Very few crazy people want to do that. Okay, there is a webinar that there is a 3-hour workshop I'm going to teach you on how to make a career in IP law. Okay, 3-hour. Satish is asking, can you share some example on the drafting of IP law? Yes, download the free study material. Over there, you will find some example of drafting exercises for IP law. Okay, you will get examples over there. Very important, I am doing a webinar, okay, which is for 3 hours. It's a mega workshop. I am going to have a surprise guest. I'll probably call some international IP lawyer, IP disputes lawyer, if you like, to come and talk along with me. And I'm going to teach you some special skills about how to kickstart your career and stuff like that. Definitely join. It's going to be amazing. I'm planning some really kick-ass stuff. So do not miss that at any cost. So I'm going to share it with you just a moment. It is free of cost, 3-hour workshop. Anybody attended a workshop with me before? How was it? Can you quickly give some feedback from your experience? Anybody attended any of my workshops before? How was it? Did you like it? Not this webinar, which is 1 hour, but usually lasts for longer, honestly. But even then, something else you have attended before, a 3-hour workshop. How was it? Feedback. Jagannath, yes, it is like, wow, you're going to love it. Don't miss it. So I have shared the link, guys, where you can sign up. So it's lawsikho.com/IP workshop without any gap, 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀, right? lawsikho.com/IP workshop. You can go and this link will redirect you to the proper page where you can register and definitely see you there. Okay, definitely block your time. Do not miss at any cost. Be there for that workshop. Okay, it'll be amazing. All right. So Gaurav is saying, please also do on cyber law. Maybe we'll do it next month. Don't worry. Harishankar is saying, I had attended but only 20 minutes, but it was amazing. So much, right? So next time, Harishankar, make sure you attend all the 3 hours, because I won't do this workshop again. Next month will be something else. But last time, IP law workshop 3 hours. So definitely attend. Okay. Especially if you want to build a career in IP law. Don't miss it for any reason. Right? All right. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you. Okay. Should I go for LLM? Any questions you can ask? I'll quickly answer. Although it's almost 10:30, I want to close this. But if there's any quick question, 1 or 2 questions, I can still answer. Ajinkya should go for LLM for business law or IP law. What's the trend? Your recommendation? Business law is like generic, right? My opinion is like, what is your goal? Do you want to, Ajinkya, stay abroad? Do you want to work abroad? Do you want to come back to India? What's your goal? So it depends on that as well. If you want to stay in the US and continue to work there, then it's a great idea to actually do IP law, because the reason is that IP law practice is similar. So company law in India and company law in the US is completely different. But IP law in India and IP law in the US, both are TRIPS compliant, almost the same law. Section number may be different, but the principles are exactly same. The procedure will be different, but there is a huge similarity in the patent laws we have and patent laws they have. Copyright law we have, copyright law they have. Trademark law we have, they have. Geographical indication, plant varieties, semiconductor chips, everything almost same, because we are all TRIPS compliant, and that's why there is such great similarity. In all the WTO countries around the world, IP law is the same. We all had to make amendments to our laws, local laws, to make it compliant with TRIPS, Trade Related Intellectual Property Rights Agreement, right? So it's a WTO agreement. Anybody is a WTO member. I think there are more than 180 members of WTO, which means all the major economies around the world are WTO members, right? So they have to do that. How to get selected from Magic Circle Law Firm? That will be topic of another discussion, another day. That's too much to discuss right now. So make sure that you stay and subscribe to our newsletter. Soon, one day we'll do that. What's the procedure to apply in placement cell? Are you a student of our 𝗀𝗶𝗂 course? Then just write to Sammanika, write to anybody in the placement cell, they'll help you out. Okay. If you're not a student, then we can't help you on that. But we share a lot of opportunities on our newsletter, free of cost with everyone. What? Okay, Rishabh, you can reach out to me, we'll discuss directly. This is not something to discuss with everyone. Great to hear from you as well, Akshata. Pranav Sethi, we are doing webinars. I am planning those webinars for the first 15 days of December. So don't worry. Okay, we will talk about these things. Chintpurni Gupta is saying legal drafting कैसे सीखे? Drafting में बहुत प्रॉब्लम आती है. Legal drafting learning कैसे सीखे? Okay, legal drafting के लिए we have a very good course. Just a minute. Just Google legal drafting 𝗀𝗶𝗂, but right now I'm going to share the link with you. Here will definitely help you a lot with drafting. Okay. Just a moment. It's Introduction to Legal Drafting. Okay, it's a short course. It will really help you. All of those of you who really want to improve your drafting within the next 1 or 2 months, join this course. It will really help. Rishabh, okay, those of you who want to stay in touch with me, I'm going to share with you I had shared in the beginning of the session, but I'm sharing again. This is my Twitter profile. Just follow me there and send me a direct message. I am not going to share my phone number publicly here, but you can follow me on Twitter and get in touch with me directly there, right? So if you have any questions, you want to talk about something privately, reach out to me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. If I forget to follow you back, you can remind me, you can tweet at me, and we will speak on direct message on Twitter so we can talk. Okay. All right. So Rishabh, looking forward to talk to you on Twitter and everybody else as well. I invite you to follow me on Twitter and let's connect on Twitter and stay in touch. Okay. I'll have another amazing webinar tomorrow, 9 o'clock. So book your time, be there at 9 o'clock sharp to discuss more about IP law. Okay. Career in IP law. We'll have amazing session tomorrow as well. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great night. Have a great